In search of life, liberty, and that it factor, America's Got Talent is back.
This is how you do it!
And after 18 years, AGT is still discovering cutting-edge talent.
The opera singer won America's Got Talent in 2008 and released his first album, My American Dream.
America's Got Talent has been an essential part of pop culture in the United States, providing platforms for newly discovered talents before sending them off into their respective industries with some experience and popularity. But behind the scenes, some familiar voices have been lost in the wind, as death pulled them away when no one was watching. Whose name left fans of the show with the most pain? Why does it still sting like a blow to the heart? Join us as we discuss 10 of these heartbreaking losses of great talents from the show. Number 10. Bernie Barker. It's not every time you see a Guinness World Records holder on the America's Got Talent stage, but Bernie Barker was the very first of its kind, appearing on that stage with his oldest male stripper award.
My name is Bernie Barker. I'm the world's oldest male stripper.
And reputation as an erotic dancer preceding him. He was a lively old man who knew how to turn up a party. Bernie took to the stage dressed in cowboy boots, black bedazzled trousers, and a matching shirt unbuttoned to his navel, completing his look with a black cowboy hat and sunglasses, readying himself to give the performance of a lifetime, which he did. But just before he started, he teased his act a little, whetting appetites for the meal to come. Some of the craziest reactions to my act have been females passing out, the screaming, and having them cry at some of my shows. And I've won more contests than anybody, and I'm still doing it, he said. Although he lost the competition, he was a fan favorite. Hence, succumbing to prostate cancer eventually sets pangs of pain to fans of the competition. Has there ever been anyone just as daring as Bernie, but who lost their lives after legendary performances? Number 9. Ray Jessel. In 2014, America's Got Talent experienced the legendary Ray Jessel, the 2004 Bistro Award winner and musical theater composer, coming on as a contestant on the show. As expected, he was bold and brazen and chose to sing an original song about a transgender woman. He was 84 years old at the time. Hence, there really wasn't much to be scared of anyway. The song was about a young man who found out his girlfriend had more than he bargained for, and in this case, it was the male organ. It was funny, the message was sweet to the ears, and it rang a lot of controversial bells, but the judges loved it, and so did the crowd. He had triggered a certain community, but the 84-year-old just wanted to express himself with no care in the world.
My name is Ray Jessel.
Would you share with us your age? Is
My
that rude
age,
of me to ask?
I've got plenty to share. 84.
Although he did not perform for a second time on the show, that one performance has been viewed 15 million times on YouTube. Sadly, he lost his life at his home in Studio City, California, where he died of natural causes on July 17, 2015. Did dealing with his demise ease the pains of dealing with others? Number 8. Brandon Rogers. Brandon Rogers had a bright smile and the kind of voice that reeled you in every time you listened to it, with no hopes of breaking free. It felt almost spellbound, and he was simply too good at his art. His first appearance came as something of a shock. He was young, full of energy, and surprisingly, a doctor. Most people wondered why a doctor would want to have a go at another hit-or-miss career when he had a clear path to sustainability. But the singing doctor, as he was affectionately called, didn't think there was a need to separate talent, work, and fun. Why be a bore when you can be as cool as a skilled doctor in scrubs and a talented singer when the microphone hits your hands? Although he made it past the first round with his performance of Stevie Wonder's Ribbon in the Sky, he eventually failed to progress to the judge cuts. While he didn't go any further, he had found enough recognition, which weighed even heavier when he passed away from a car accident on June 11, 2017.
The America's Got Talent contestant Brandon Rogers did pass away. Sadly, that's what happened to the driver of a crash over the weekend.
a huge collision with a tree while he was in the passenger seat. Will America's Got Talent ever experience another tragic death of a raw talent? Number 7. Neal Evans Boyd. Neal Evans Boyd was a phenomenon that no one saw coming. He had developed an aptitude for opera after listening attentively to some of the greatest opera performers in the world since he was but a child. Despite his poor upbringing, he fought for what he wanted, obtaining a music degree and eventually taking all that talent to the world stage, which the America's Got Talent stage gives to anyone with the mettle to prove their worth. And Boyd did just that. He took the stage by storm with his voice, which sounded like the calm after a tempest. Eventually, he won the competition with his pitch-perfect delivery of Puccini's Nessun Dorma. While the music in him took center stage, he battled liver cancer for a long time. And on June 10, 2018, he died peacefully at the age of 42.
America's Got Talent winner Neal Boyd has died. ET can confirm the AGT Season 3 champion died on Sunday at age 42.
In his mother's home in Sixton, due to a combination of heart and kidney failure, which was compounded by the same liver disease he had been trying to conquer forever. Will there ever be another, like Neal Boyd in America's Got Talent roulette of tragic demise? Number 6. Grandma Lee. Grandma was unlike anybody ever seen on the 2009 season of America's Got Talent. She was different, super brash, and very cool with it, cracking ribs like it's just another Tuesday, all at the old age of 60. She had the confidence, the wits, and the absolute attitude to endear her to anyone who saw her on television. She rose to prominence in the 4th season of the competition, fiercely grabbing that microphone and ready to get everyone off their seats with her deadpan jokes and witty sarcasms, which included flirting with the judges Piers Morgan and David Hasselhoff and simply giving them hell. Although she did not make the final 5, she had won hearts, broken some ribs, had the time of her life, and gained some popularity, which made her demise at 85 on April 24, 2020. With what was deemed as death from natural causes, even more heartbreaking for not just fans of the show but for everyone who could relate to the story of a woman who found her calling in entertainment as late as 60 and still made the most of it. Could there ever be a sadder story of talent on borrowed time? Number 5. Skylar Hicks. During the 8th season of America's Got Talent in 2013, 14-year-old Skilly Hicks stepped onto the stage with the innocence of a teenager while getting a warm reception from the crowd. Her soft-spoken nature and gentleness endeared her to the crowd. While she dazzled on the stage with the guitar in her skillful hands, accompanying her original song, Brand New Day, she had the crowd and the judges in her hands, and she progressed to the next round. Although she had enough talent to push her further into the competition, her performance at the Vegas round was not good enough to send her to the quarter-finals. However, she had left a good impression and had become a fan favorite. Although she was perceived as calm, she had her own struggles. For some context, she was arrested and jailed for assaulting 3 family members while drunk, spending 10 days behind bars for assault. But on December 6, 2021, the worst happened. The gentle Skillier was found dead at a friend's house in Liberty, South Carolina.
Skylar was found dead on Monday in South Carolina
Of a possible substance overdose. Are there others with stories even worse than hers? Number 4. Jane Kristen Marczewski. Jane Kristen Marczewski, also known as Nightbird, was a powerful singer.
My name's Jane. When I sing, I go by Nightbird.
Her range was the stuff of dreams for most aspiring and even professional singers who could barely believe their ears when they heard her sing. When she made her first appearance in 2016, she told the judges and the audience that she had cancer, which at the time had metastasized to her lungs, spine, and liver, telling them of her 2% chance of survival, with the famous line, "I have a 2% chance of survival, but 2% is not 0%. While that had somewhat dampened the mood, her voice went through the roof in loud decibels, forcing the hair on everyone's neck to stand. And she got the golden buzzer from Simon Cowell after performing her original song, It's Okay, a tune that acknowledged her pain and fear, but chose hope. However, she withdrew from progression to the finals when she discovered that her health had taken a turn for the worse on August 2, 2021, and she sadly passed in February 2022.
America's Got Talent star Jane Marczewski has passed away after battling with cancer.
While her death shook the avid fans of the competition, was that enough shock to mitigate the feeling that comes with another loss? Number 3. Emily Gold. There have been numerous talented individuals who have surged through the massive platform of America's Got Talent. But there is none like Emily Gold. Emily Gold had a larger-than-life personality, and she was a master of showing it off, not keeping it to herself or caring what anyone had to say about it. And that was the first attribute that not only endeared her to the America's Got Talent crowd, but also to its judges. She appeared on America's Got Talent with her high school dance team, lighting up the crowd with their energetic dance moves, shaking their pom-poms, and having the crowd so wild that they couldn't stop screaming. At first, she struck anyone like a damsel who took on the world with no fear of the future and lived her best life. However, the whole facade about her glittering personality was soon unraveled with news of her death by suicide in September 2024. She was just 17 years old at the time.
Emily Gold was just 17 years old. She was a senior here. She died by suicide on Friday night.
Learning how to jump through the many hoops of life, but she just didn't make it. After her death, Gold was remembered by her dance team in an Instagram tribute as a leader, role model, friend, and sister to her teammates. But who could have imagined there was a new loss on the horizon waiting to happen? Number 2. Kabir Singh. While names like Nightbirdie and Emily came with serious musical and dance talents, Kabir was a different breed of entertainer. He was a comedian who could make the saddest man in the room giggle to a hiss, and without really trying. His first appearance came in Season 16, 2021, precisely, Episode 1603. The Portland-born talent of Indian parents was simply immense, drawing 4 yes remarks from the judges, who couldn't help but laugh at every verbal or practical joke he made. He was like a puppet master, having everyone's ribs on strings, and they moved every time he moved his mouth. Although he didn't win the competition, his talent was already on a global stage, and everyone wanted a piece of this bright young star taking on the world. His work on huge comedy shows like Family Guy and stand-up platforms like Gabriel Iglesias Presents Stand-Up Revolution were a significant boost to his career. However, he departed too quickly with a sudden death,
America's Got Talent star Kabir Singh has died,
which his sister, Sonia Singh, described as dying in his sleep at 39 years old. Although no one at the time could tell the cause of death, Sonia revealed that he'd been quietly suffering from a congenital heart disease, which everyone had somehow missed, with the focus always being on the words of his mouth. Will there ever be a more shocking demise than Kabir's? Number 1. Perry Kurtz. Perry Kurtz was a master of the comedic arts, and he made sure everyone knew it when he decided to appear on America's Got Talent in 2013 as an auditioning comic, hoping to crack some ribs and maybe hit the finish line. During his audition, he performed a rap about the judges, including Heidi Klum, Howard Stern, and Mel B, but instead of applause, he was met with a lot of boos, and the judges all voted no. But despite that, he still went on to have a stellar career in comedy, with appearances on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and The Late Late Show with James Corden. He took on different comedic roles, including improv in San Francisco, alongside the late legend Robbie Williams, before eventually moving on to Los Angeles and becoming a regular at the famous Comedy Store in Hollywood. But on a sad Thursday, August 15, 2024, the 73-year-old was killed in a hit-and-run in Tarzana, California.
Robin Williams has passed away.
While he was on Ventura Boulevard trying to cross the street when a gray Honda Civic struck him and drove away into the darkness, with no one able to get a read on the car or the driver. How have the fans of the show been able to completely sidestep the pain that comes with the seldom but painful occurrence of dying talents and keep their hearts on the show? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.